There's a huge battle being fought over money, but it's probably not the one you're thinking of. It's a hidden conflict, one that has almost nothing to do with your bank balance. So in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at what that fight is really all about. Because the real fundamental battle over money, the one that truly defines your spiritual life and your sense of peace, it's not happening in your bank account. Nope. It's not about the numbers going up or down. The real fight is taking place somewhere so much deeper. And that means the core question isn't the one we all tend to obsess over, right? Do I have enough money? The truly important question, the one that gets right to the heart of it all, is something else entirely. It's this: does money have you? And until we really grasp the weight of that question, we're going to misunderstand prosperity, we're going to misunderstand blessing, and we might even misunderstand faith itself. And look, once you start thinking about it that way, you can see why the whole conversation about money and faith gets, well, kind of stuck between two pretty flawed extremes. On one hand, you've got this poverty view, right? The idea that to be truly holy, you have to be poor, that God is somehow against our success. And then on the other side, you have the prosperity view, where blessing is all about the stuff, the cars, the houses, and it leads people to chase money just like everybody else. Honestly, both of these views completely miss the point. And that poverty view just doesn't hold up when you look at Scripture. It's really clear. God isn't threatened by our success. In fact, it says he delights in the prosperity of his servant. So if God isn't against money itself, where's the real danger? Well, this is where Jesus just cuts right through all the noise. He reveals the true nature of the battle, and he makes it so clear that the conflict isn't about being rich or poor. It's about who is Lord. He said something incredibly precise. He said, you cannot serve God and money. Now listen really carefully to that. He didn't say you cannot have money while serving God. He said you cannot serve it. And that word, serve, wow, it is so specific. We're talking about allegiance, loyalty. Who's the master? This reveals where the real fight is. It's not for the cash in your wallet. It's for the throne in your heart. So that leads to the big question, right? Who or what is really sitting on the throne of your heart? Because every dollar is quietly asking you, who is your provider? Who is your security? Who is your God? The Bible is full of these really powerful warnings about what happens when we get this wrong, when our allegiance is misplaced. Let's call them cautionary tales about the wealth trap. Okay, let's look at the Church of Laodicea. Listen to how they saw themselves. We are rich, we have need of nothing. They had it all. They'd achieved complete material success. In their own eyes, they were totally untouchable, completely self-sufficient. But then, Jesus steps in and gives his assessment. And wow, it is a shocking contrast. He tells them, actually, you are poor, blind, wretched, and naked. They had all the resources in the world, but spiritually, they were completely bankrupt. Why? Because their wealth stopped being a tool and it became a substitute for God. Their allegiance had shifted. And this right here, this is the classic strategy of what the Bible calls the Babylon system. It's such a subtle exchange. It says, hey, take the success, take the comfort. But then, ever so slowly and quietly, it demands one thing back: your allegiance. And the scary part is, many people don't even realize when they've made that trade. Okay, so if that's the trap, what's the way out? Well, God actually gives us a really clear model, a proper order for how to experience true prosperity. And the solution is to flip the whole thing on its head. It's a total reversal of priorities. Notice the divine order here. You don't chase the things, the money, the influence, the lifestyle. You seek the king first. And we're told that all those things, they'll be added to you, almost like a natural byproduct. Look at Jesus. He is the perfect model of how this works. He never, ever chased money or focused on fundraising. And yet, resources followed him everywhere he went. Thousands of people were fed. Tax money just appeared exactly when it was needed. His ministry was always fully supported. This wasn't magic. It was the direct result of his absolute, singular allegiance to the Father's purpose. And this all kind of boils down to one really tough question. The kind of question we have to be brutally honest with ourselves about. If God asked you to give it all away tomorrow, the house, the savings, all of it, would your heart still be at peace? Because at the end of the day, that question tells you everything. The real money battle, it's not happening in your bank. It's won or lost right there, in your allegiance. When God has your absolute allegiance, money is finally put in its proper place. It stops being your master and it becomes your servant. And that is the beginning of true prosperity.